Have you ever wondered who's behind the massive cargo ships that sail across oceans, bringing products to every corner of the world? The food on your table? The phone you're using right now? Even your clothes. Many of those things were delivered across the seas. But did you know that behind those giant vessels are thousands of hardworking Filipinos? That's right. Filipino seafarers are the #1 in the world. Out of almost 2 million seafarers globally, around 1 in every 4 is a Filipino. That's not just impressive, it's something every Filipino should be proud of. Today, we're going to dive deep into why the Philippines leads the world in seafaring, the history behind it, the economic benefits it brings, and what makes our seafarers stand out among the rest. Let's start with a bit of history. Filipinos have been working at sea for decades. Even as early as the 1900s, our kababayans were already serving on American merchant ships as stewards and service crew. But it wasn't until 1974 when things really started to change. That year, the Philippine government launched the Overseas Employment Program. The goal? To give more opportunities to Filipinos abroad, including jobs at sea. This marked the beginning of our rise as a global seafaring powerhouse. In 1979, the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration, or POEA, was created to regulate the deployment of overseas Filipino workers. Then came the Philippine Merchant Marine Academy, or PMMA, which trained young Filipinos to become ship officers and maritime professionals. These institutions, along with hundreds of maritime schools and training centers, helped produce world-class seafarers ready to take on the global stage. Fast forward to today. The Philippines now supplies around 850,000 registered seafarers, and in 2023 alone, about 490,000 were actively working on ships around the world. That's nearly 25% of the global seafaring workforce. No other country comes close. India follows with around 15%, then China, Indonesia, and Russia. Filipinos are everywhere: cargo ships, oil tankers, LNG carriers, cruise ships, you name it. In fact, on cruise ships, nearly 1 in 3 crew members is Filipino. There's even a running joke in the maritime world. If you don't find a Filipino on board, that ship probably isn't moving. But what makes Filipino seafarers the top choice for ship owners and captains around the world? Well, for starters, English fluency. English is the language of the sea. Orders, safety instructions, and communication between international crews all happen in English. And Filipinos, having learned English from a young age, have a natural edge in communication. Second, the Filipino work ethic is unmatched. Seafarers from the Philippines are known for being hardworking, respectful, team-oriented, and highly adaptable. They can get along with any nationality, adjust to different cultures, and maintain discipline even during tough situations. Third, there's the training and certification. The Philippine government ensures that our seafarers meet international standards through Marina, CHED, and TESDA. They follow the STCW code, standards of training, certification, and watchkeeping, set by the International Maritime Organization. This means Filipino seafarers are trained not just to work, but to lead and manage on board. And lastly, many Filipino seafarers are family-driven. They endure months away from home, rough seas, and physical exhaustion, just to give their loved ones a better life. That dedication shows in their work. It's not just a job for them, it's a mission. Now, let's talk about something just as important: the economy. Filipino seafarers are modern-day economic heroes. In 2023, their total remittances reached over $6.5 billion. That's a huge amount of money coming into the country, used for food, education, housing, healthcare, and starting small businesses. These remittances are a major part of the Philippine economy, making up about 15 to 18% of the total OFW remittances sent back home. And the effects go beyond money. When a seafarer earns a good salary, their entire community feels it. Local businesses grow, children stay in school, homes are built, and poverty is reduced. The maritime industry also creates thousands of jobs here in the Philippines. From over 100 maritime schools to more than 1,000 licensed manning agencies, training centers, clinics, and document processors, the impact is wide and deep. It's a whole ecosystem of economic activity fueled by seafarers. But life at sea isn't all smooth sailing. Many seafarers work 6 to 12 months straight, away from their families, often with limited communication. Some face harsh weather, isolation, and even piracy threats. During the pandemic, thousands of Filipino crew members were stranded at sea for months, unable to go home due to lockdowns and port closures. Mental health is a growing concern. Being stuck in a floating steel box, far from home, with only limited access to the outside world, it takes a toll. Thankfully, more companies and organizations are starting to offer mental wellness support and better conditions for seafarers. Despite the challenges, Filipinos continue to sail. Why? Because of the dream. The dream to uplift their family, to build a house, to send their kids to school, to eventually stay on land with dignity and security. Now, what does the future look like for Filipino seafarers? The good news is the demand remains high. Global trade still depends on ships. Over 80% of the world's trade volume is carried by sea. And even with new technologies and automation, human skill and decision-making are still essential on board. In fact, the Philippines is investing in maritime tech and education. Marina has launched digital platforms like Mismo to make processing faster and easier. Schools are integrating training on smart navigation systems, green shipping, and leadership skills. More Filipinos are being groomed not just as crew, but as officers, chief engineers, and captains. As the maritime world modernizes, the Philippines is staying ahead. So the next time you see a ship on the horizon, remember, there's a big chance that a Filipino is there, guiding that vessel through storms, across oceans, and into safety. These are the people who move the world quietly and faithfully. To all our Filipino seafarers, maraming salamat. You are more than workers. You are heroes. You are the pride of the nation. And to everyone watching, if this video taught you something new, if it made you proud to be Filipino, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the bell icon. Share this video so the world knows who really keeps the oceans moving.